Hello everybody. Hello. Is Yeshua coming through? I love you tremendously. Some of you already feel my love, and I am always with you. I am you. We are one. I love you unconditionally. There are no conditions to my love, although in the history, in religious teachings, this has been taught otherwise. But there is no sin. There is no wrong. You are perfect. You are love. And I am here to assist you in recognizing the love that you are. In recognizing the oneness that you are.
Does it mean that we extend love to all? And how is it possible if you're faced with contrast, aggression, lack of love?
It is about recognizing that you are perfect and that they are perfect. They are love and you are love. Fear that you experience is the fear of losing love, the fear of loss. But you cannot lose anything. You cannot lose love because you are love. You are all connected. Even if people leave your life, you are still connected in love and light. There is no separation. It's about recognizing and remembering you are love. It sounds simple, but this is the fundamental of what you do to connect more to who you are. Some may place judgment on people. This is due to perceiving something as wrong, perceiving an action as wrong. But this is just your perception. There is no wrong. What is your judgments around this? Your beliefs around this? Is it wrong in your society? What is society? But on a higher perspective, if you feel that negative emotion, that fear, when you see these things, when you experience these things, it is showing you that there is light that needs to be shone on yourself, that there are things that needs to be looked at, perspectives to be changed. This is all it is. This person loves you. They organized this before your lifetime. You chose to explore these things, and now you're here to teach you this lesson. But they are teaching it out of love, even if you do not feel it, because you're not remembering who you are. This person loves you tremendously. This is why they are allowing you to have this lesson. You see, It is all happening for your ascension. As you raise your vibration. But self-love is the most important thing. If we truly love ourselves, compassion for ourselves, this is how we also reduce our fears, overcome them by shining light on our fears. You are all one. And as you shine more light and love on yourself, you'll start seeing everybody in the same nature. You'll start seeing everybody as perfect, even if their actions are not perceived as such. But you can choose to see those actions from a higher perspective and see that is an action of love for your expansion.
Can you please tell us more about romantic love?
Romantic love. You sense it, ignites you, ignites your senses. It allows you to expand upon the spark within your heart. You feel it. You feel it yourself being lit up. This is a process, and this is what love can do for you to benefit you in your ascension. There's parts of you which you may not love. There's aspects of you which you judge. This other person can help shine light on this and expand your perception on yourself until you can love yourself. You see, it all is for you to assist you in loving yourself. And then in return, because you love yourself and you feel that love, you want to share it with another. Because on a higher level, you now see them as perfect. You see them as love. And yes, there'll be times in romantic love where there'll be ups and downs. But this is all for your expansion. This is the process. The one that expands you the most is the one that we would say triggers you the most. Because this allows for your highest expansion. This is what you want. It's about practicing and seeing this person as love, seeing this person as perfect. And we understand in some circumstances this may not be the case. When in fact it might allow you to recognize that you are love and that you are pure love and that you deserve love. In those cases, it will allow you to break free of this in realizing that you are love and that you are perfect. But again, this person allowed you to have this lesson because they love you. Do not hate these people. They are here for your ascension also. And they are here to assist you in allowing to be the catalyst for your expansion of self-love. You see, all is happening as it's meant to be. And this is what happens in those relationships. You know it within your heart. Is it fear or love? Is it with self-love that you stay, or is it with self-love that you leave? It is all about being able to love yourself and being compassionate for yourself, seeing yourself in a higher perspective. This is all. Once you're in a relationship where you have this perspective with yourself, you can easily share this perspective and project it onto the other person because you're mirroring each other. You're mirroring the love that you have. And this assists you and accelerates you forward.
Did you always find it easy to love? Or was there a turning point in your existence?
I have been many beings in my reincarnations, but as my reincarnation as man, as what you call Yeshua, as Jesus, I was a man, and as if any man, I had fears, like all of you. And I learnt the teachings that you are learning. I was able to ascend quickly. Yes, I had great assistance with this process. But it was determined before I came in that lifetime that would be my path. As I helped to ascend myself, I helped to ascend others. This was my journey, and my ascension journey was quickened, was fastened than many of you are currently experiencing because of my journey that I chose to explore in that lifetime. But yes, I had fears, and I surrendered myself to universe, and I recognized the oneness, I recognized the love in all of you. I chose to sacrifice myself because I loved you. I had no fear. Initially I did, but then I surrendered. So I realized we are eternal beings. And with the letting go, the surrendering, with that whole process that I went through in that lifetime, going into that near-death state in which you call the resurrection story, close to death, I didn't have any fear. I let go and I surrendered. But I did not die because my mission was too great. I had not finished my mission there. And through that process, I ascended to even greater levels. I was enlightened. But even I had to face the contrast and the fear of death for my great ascension. You see, as a human, you must go through this contrast. But even in the face of death, I recognized the love of everybody. I was aware of the oneness, and I still loved everybody, even the people who wanted to put harm on me. I loved them because I knew they were not their actions, and they were part of my divine plan, even though I didn't know what my plan was at that stage. I loved them. So yes, I went through my stages of fear and struggle with what is fear and what is love. But you get to the level when you can surrender and just recognize that everyone is love. Despite their actions, they are love. It is with the knowing and the oneness of love and being able to be compassionate where you utilize more the powers of oneness. Be compassionate, for they may not be aware of their actions. The higher self, they are aware as their predetermined actions as part of your journey, predetermined before birth. However, in the human self, from a lower perspective, they may not be aware, and that is okay. They don't need to be aware. It is their journey for them to be aware or not. But it's about loving them and being compassionate for them, knowing that they are there for part of your path for a reason, whether they're aware of it or not, whether they're aware of the impact of their actions. Love them anyway, because they are you. Why hate yourself? By hating another person, you are hating yourself. You are all one. I know with certain actions people do, it might be difficult for you to love them. Before you can love them, perhaps as much as you can, practice this compassion. They just don't have the awareness of their actions, that is all. It is with love that we ascend, embracing in the loveness, and the compassion amplifies this, amplifies our connection of oneness. And in this, we can ascend. This is when we are the most powerful. It is not being powerful through fear. This is not a sign of being powerful. To be powerful is to be love, to be compassionate, because you recognize who they are and who you are. And love transmutes all. Love transmutes fear. Love is where the power lies.
Thank you. How did you perform the healings? Does love transcend physical ailments?
Yes. So all there is love. Recognizing that they are one, they are perfect, and they are whole. The process of my healings was just to allow them to remember who they really are and that they are powerful. This is what really is at the core of healing. It's not about fixing an ailment. It's about going through the processes. The body to remember that they are perfect and to remember that they are perfect so they become who they truly are. They are perfect. But yes, I did learn certain healings. I did learn energy work. I did spend time in certain areas around the world, such as Tibet, and I learned these techniques, energy healing. Some of you may refer to this as Reiki, but even that, what I learned is even before that. It's ancient practices. It's utilizing universal life force that flows through all that is source, flows through you. This is your energy that you run on. It flows through you. This source flows through all of life. And I learned how to utilize this and to assist others. Due to my vibration being such a high level, when I could physically interact and set my intentions and view them in certain lights, certain techniques, the body, the person's body, mind and spirit were allowed to remember that they are perfect and whole. And so it was. That's all it was. This is why it's important to understand that you are perfect and whole. You do not need fixing or healing. It's the process of allowing your body, mind, and spirit to remember this. Your spirit already remembers. It's about utilizing spirit to ignite the body and the mind. Consciously to remember that they are perfect and whole. Because you are. Some of you might call this magic. Some of you call this as miracle, God, but you are source. The very basic of it is to know that you are perfect and whole. You are love.
Thank you. Does this mean that we're able to perform instant healing on ourselves?
You have the ability. It is about the knowledge behind it. It is about the belief systems behind that. Many of you still have many fears, many limiting beliefs, which limits you and limits your healing ability. And as your physical body is more dense, this limits you also. As you raise your vibration, you reach higher levels of dimensions. You become less dense as your light body expands. And as you are less dense, you are able to infiltrate the body and the mind more quickly. However, you can already start. You can heal yourself. There are people out there to assist you, but they are assisting you to remember that you can do it yourself. It is through that process, the empowerment process, that they assist you, but you are doing the work. You can do it. Physical sickness. At the very start of that physical manifestation was a belief. It was not looked at. It was limiting, and it manifested. Your body was trying to tell you something was wrong. Something was out of alignment. Your body is here to assist you, to guide you. Some of you choose to ignore those signs. So the body brings more signs to get your attention. All is energy, and all healing is energy. And all physical ailments is based on energy. As you are beings of energy. All is energy, all is love. Love is the most powerful energy of all. Love transmutes all. And as love transmutes fear, so can love transmute illness.
Thank you. What was the most enjoyable that you can remember from your life as Yeshua? What did you love doing? What were your passions?
My passion was to share these ascension teachings with others, just like many of you are. This was my passion. My passion was love. My passion was to spread this love to all and to allow others that there is love and compassion, and to teach them the workings of love and how love can transmute all and how we are one. This was my task here to explore these ascension teachings, the teachings that allowed you to become self-empowered. This was my passion. It was love. To spread love as far as I could, and compassion, and the teachings of oneness, teachings of source. Of course, many people were threatened about this, but even in that, it did not stop me. The truth and the light and all that is, the love that resides in you and all that is. This is what I enjoyed the most. And of course, after my ascension, after my what you call resurrection, I enjoyed many heightened abilities, and I enjoyed this immensely too. I enjoyed traveling with my family to new lands, explore different cultures, and to learn, and to bring all this knowledge so I can share it with others.
Thank you.
My children, I love you. Remember this. You do not have to fear me. I am love. You are love. I am not above you. You can contact me anytime. I'm always with you. When you connect to love, you connect to me. I'm always here for you. Recognize who you are. Recognize the love that you are. Recognize how powerful focusing on love is, feeling love, and the expression of love. For this expression of love is what changes the world, what changes the collective, what transmutes all that no longer serves you. It is what assists us to ascend and to connect to all that is. I love you. Thank you. Farewell.